Chapter 8. I won't admit it to anyone, but I'm looking forward to math class. I'm sure Mr. Stoker will spend the year covering topics I mastered when I was 8. But to me, it's like hearing a favorite band sing an old song or rewatching a favorite episode of Supernatural. Math class doesn't start right away because we are assigned our lockers during first period. Mr. Stoker hands us each a sheet with our locations and combinations. My combo is 48, 9, 27, all divisible by 3. Multiplied together, they equal 11,664, and that number has a perfect square root, 108. My locker number isn't nearly as impressive, 250B. The B means that it's in the bottom, and it's directly below Maddie's 250A. It may be the worst locker in the school. Wendy's locker is in a different section, on the other side of the door of room 213. Levi is sort of a neighbor. His locker is 252B. He doesn't say anything as he throws some books in, slams the door closed, and locks it. Maddie takes her time placing binders and hanging a mirror. I wait for her to finish before disinfecting my locker. I want to clean my locker quickly. I want to get back to math class. I open another wipe. I'm going to need at least 3 more. Crumbs and pencil shavings cover the bottom, and it smells like wet shoes. I clean the sides, the back, the hook. It's the locker's floor that's probably the most problem. Each pass of the cloth collects grime, debris, and even hair. 1 more minute, Mr. Stoker warns. Only 2 other girls are still in the hallway. I open another wipe. 5 wrappers lie on the floor. If I use any more now, I won't have enough for the rest of the day. I scrub until the cloth rips. My locker is still not sanitized. My neck is hot. I can hear blood rushing through my ears, the digits of pi thick through my brain. 3.141592653. I tap my toe 3 times to make the numbers fade away. Maybe I can get some paper towels and spray from the janitor. Back to your seats, please, Mr. Stoker says. The other girls slam the locker doors closed. I do too. Without putting anything inside my locker, I can't. May I use the bathroom? I ask as the others go back into the classroom. Lucy, it's time to. He stares at me. He stares at the used wipes and wrappers in my hand. Make it quick. In the girls' room, I throw away the garbage and quickly wash my hands using 3 squirts of soap. On the way back to class, I use 3 pumps of hand sanitizer. Mr. Stoker is at the front of the room, erasing the whiteboard. I haven't missed anything. He was waiting for me? I sit, stand, sit in my seat. Someone clears a throat. Someone else sighs. Maybe they're disgusted by me. Or maybe those are just classroom noises. I take out my mechanical pencil. Mr. Stoker finally turns around, ready to begin. My mind floods with the possibilities. It could be something beautifully simple, even finding the area of a circle. Area equals pi r squared. Would be interesting. I love any formula that requires pi. If I ever got a tattoo, it would be pi. I expect him to pick up one of the dry erase markers that sit on the ledge. He doesn't. Maybe he's going to explain a theory using simple, clear terms. Instead, he walks to his desk and grabs a pile of papers. This is not a test, he says. Still, most of the class groans on cue. This is an assessment, Mr. Stoker continues, to see where you are and where the class is as a whole. I'll use this to determine where we need to start. He gives the first person in each row a few sheets to pass back. Does it count for a grade? A boy behind me asks. No, but you should still try your best. You learned some of this stuff in 6th grade, and some of it you probably have not been taught. I raise my hand slowly and carefully like I'm putting my arm inside a bee's nest. Lucy? I suddenly realize how weird my question is. I try to think of another instead. I can't, so I just say what's on my mind. If we finish quickly, will you have to start our first lesson? There's a distinct giggle, Maddie. Let's focus on the assessment today. I'd like everyone to take their time. If you're done early, check it over. The knotted test sits on my desk. On the front page are 10 questions. I've already answered them in my head. 41, 15, 2, x equals y squared, 1, comma, negative 1. 13, 6, true, true, false. I turn to page 2. The answers fly into my head in a swirl of colorful number shapes. In less than 2 minutes, I'm done. At least in my weirdly wired brain, I haven't written anything yet. I look around the room. Heads are down, pencils are moving. Levi's desk is the closest. He's only written his name and some calculations under the first problem. He's got the answer wrong. Suddenly, Levi turns and looks at me. I drop my head like he caught me watching him get dressed. I take my hair out of my headband and try to hide my face. I can't see him, but somehow I feel his eyes on me. Mr. Stoker turns on a small speaker. Classical music that reminds me of a jewelry store commercial fills the room. Relax, everyone, he says. Just do your best. I already know my best is going to be the class's best. I might even be better than Mr. Stoker. Probably it's not his fault. I glance again at Levi's paper. He wrote 7 as the answer to the question number 1. And he got his order of operation wrong. He needed a square before adding. The answer is 41. I write down 7. I can't hide my need to sit, stand, or tap my toe 3 times, or my obsession with degermifying any of and all surfaces, but I can hide my superpower. They don't need to know. I'm not hurting anyone. I can fake it till I make it. I can fake being normal, and eventually I will. Maybe. Slowly I fill in the rest of the answers. I make 3 more mistakes. If this were for a grade, I'd get an 82 or a B. I plan on getting an A in the class. I mean, I don't want to ruin my chances of getting into college next year. Nana wants 1 year, 1 friend, 1 book, and 1 activity. I calculate this will be the easier to achieve without being a freaky genius. I can be normal smart. It's only middle school. This is about survival.